In this video, we're going to go over the MCAT Psychological, Social, and Biological Foundations of Behavior section of the exam. The Psych-Soc section is the last section of the MCAT, and it is 65% psychology, 30% sociology, and 5% biology. As the last section of the MCAT, this is a section that students sometimes get lazy about. And it's understandable because by the time you get to the MCAT Psych-Soc section, you've already completed the Chem Phys, Cars, and Bio-Chem section. So you're certainly going to be a bit tired. However, do keep in mind that the Psych-Soc section is a fourth of your exam and a fourth of your MCAT score. So you should really try your best to maintain focus throughout the section and try to use the 95 minutes for the 59 questions effectively. Now, in terms of preparing for the MCAT Psych-Soc section, here are a couple tips. Number one, make sure you review experimental design and basic statistics. What I mean by this is you should be familiar with concepts like independent versus dependent variable, random sample size, and some of the common errors people can make when designing studies. These aren't specifically psychology or sociology topics, but you will get questions about experimental design on the MCAT Psych-Soc section. Second, the Psych-Soc section is sort of famous among pre-medical students for being the one that's most based on memorization. And it's true, for the Psych-Soc section, there are a bunch of terms that you need to have memorized. However, you need to recognize that on the MCAT Psych-Soc section, you won't get questions along the lines of, what is the definition of X? Or what is the definition of Y or Z? And so forth, right? So when you're memorizing these terms, make sure it's not all based on definitions. Instead, the way you're going to be tested on the MCAT Psych-Soc section is going to be with examples. So the questions you're going to see is, this situation described with person X in the passage is a demonstration of whose theory of X, right? Or which of the following is an example of Y, right? So really the MCAT Psych-Soc section is based on examples. So for every term, you want to be able to have a concrete example for it. And that's really going to be able to help you score well on the MCAT Psych-Soc section.